But that right there likes it a lot more than before. I hate trucks. I also own a farm. Here we go. You're now watching the 2024 season of Farming with Duffy Ag. Welcome back to the channel. It's a decent day. No snow, not cold, not hot, no rain. Ground somewhat frozen. Gotta give the calves some feed this morning. We're out of that bale in the barn, and I'll show you what we're gonna do. Take the snowplow off, get the shop work. I'm hoping much further along on the truck. We can get the light bezels in and windshield in. We will be in a good place, like a really, really good place. Oh, and air cleaner on. That's the plan. So appreciate you guys watching along, and let's dive into it. So in most every video where we feed the calves, which honestly every day we feed the calves, so it's all part of it. Don't always show you guys because, well, it's the same thing over and over again. But there's always somebody that says, why aren't you feeding out of the silos? And there's quite a few people that respond and say you can't feed out of the silos because you don't feed it fast enough with the number of cows. And yes, that is exactly why we are not feeding out of the silos, because my plan was more cows and some things have changed. And at this moment there's no point in me buying my own cows. So we will see what comes in the spring and into the summer, and then we can feed that feed out as an added source of feed. So that's really where we're at. The combine is still outside, and as somebody pointed out, Mike Mitchell, who has brand new combines in Canada, Saskatchewan, his sit outside. It's just the nature of it. We're slowly getting ahead further, but at the end of the day, the combine is sitting outside. So what I'm going to do is go over here and drop the plow in the back barn, just so it's under cover. Because, you know, we're trying to keep some things under cover. We got the manure spreader under cover. Ed's Massey's under cover. Somebody came and looked at it, but I think they said they wanted it in the spring. So it's sitting there. But what we got is bales of bedding hay, bales of feed hay. We'll keep feeding out of the feed hay, so it's no different than, yes, corn silage is part of a diet, a ration and whatnot, but it's no different than the cows eating off a pasture. As far as in the summer, they get grass and a little bit of grain. So yes, the grass is more nutritious in the summer, but that's where we're at. If we had 10-15 animals like the plan was, then we could start feeding out of the silos, be in a better spot. But no point in letting it mold in between days as we go. If we run out of baled dry hay, then yeah, but I don't think we're gonna. We're going into February right now. We've used technically 2 bales of hay since we started feeding them, and I got 20 bales. Yes, some are bedding, but we did ship almost 100 bales of hay this year, so next year, if that's the case, we can hold on to them. But it worked out. It did work out. So I'm gonna hook up to the bucket, move some of that hay. Still got to put the hydraulics on that grabber bucket. That would be beneficial, and we'll keep them happy. So they've been very good, and they've been growing very well. And for my first year here, we're learning. I'll do. So we had one broken bale that's hanging out here, and then what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 full bales. So 12 full bales, even if we feed the bale a month, which I think we're a little more than that. Let's say we're feeding 2, we got 6 months. We'll be back in the grass by then. So I'm sure somebody's still gonna ask, why don't you farm all the ground instead of it? Well, this is pasture, this is pasture, that hillside's technically pasture, and we could pasture in between the creek like they used to. I'll bring this over in a sec, I got you guys. So there's ground that I can't farm, and as somebody says, you can't farm it and you're paying taxes on it. You might as well utilize it. That's true. It is amazing that the ground is still so soft. Like, even walking on it, you sink in. We do have to take the head off the combine. I was hoping the ground would freeze some more. I'm just gonna dump this over the top for them. That way they can enjoy it. They look good. Oh, stop. They're eating. So I'll put this under cover because we'll keep feeding out of that bale until we move a full one back into the barn. But yeah, grain, minerals, and dry hay. Not a bad life. Need a shed like this, but with like 12, 15 foot ceilings, and 4 times as big someday. But you can see, maybe if we wait longer, the ground will dry out some more. Maybe. So at least everything's parked up together-ish. Let's go see if we can put that other window in. Like, that will be a big win. And we'll keep moving. Those light bezels, yeah, really fighting. So we bought the expensive ones thinking maybe they fit better. Nope. I just got done, and as everybody sees, when you wipe the dust off something that's been sitting, it actually looks good again. So I just got done cleaning up both sides, and we got both of them getting prepped here. 10 out of 10, not that much fun. They're gonna look a lot better once they're in, but I got a little nervous. See, like right there, they wore through some. So I ground both that and both this with, what is that, a flap disc. And it worked pretty good, just don't get your fingers, because that hurts. So those are getting painted, then it's going on. Yeah. Then it will look good. And then we got the inserts that go inside of them. So it's coming together, but stuff like that took probably an hour by the time I got done with it. So we're gonna jump on and do the light, or the other windshield. A little nervous because it's a nicer one, but it's all part of it. First things first, getting all the stickers, all the packaging off of it. That way it can go in nice and easy. Little razor blade action. And don't break the glass, because that would be awkward. Yeah. Okay. Okay, are you guys ready to party? Threw you guys on the headband. I don't know. It's always a challenge to know how much you guys can see. Sorry, I took you guys off so I could make sure that you guys could see something. Making sure the angles look right is always a challenge. So, we're hooked up there. We got our tools. We got our soapy water up there. That's my worry.
Should have moved my stool over. Actually, as long as we're bouncing around. So we'll wander back over here. Throw another coat of black on. Yeah, we're just using spray paint cans at this point. But it's gonna work out. These are gonna look good. I hope. Otherwise it's gonna be awkward. I'm doing the back side of these now because if you don't get them completely tight, you can see the little bit in between it. Which originally I did not do that. Okay, let's go throw that glass in. We got our tools, got our stool. I cannot wait to clean up in here. We did do a little bit of cleaning, but yeah, we gotta be gentle. We're gonna get it. I hope. Either we get it or you guys get some. Oh, almost just fell off the stool there. There we go. Oh, now my phone's going off now that I'm up here. So, stay right there. Let's get that moved. So previously, we got the other side in. And oh, we better do what we see. How that's not in right now? Oh, that would have made a bad day. I gotta put this down. We gotta get that in first. Ugh. It's really a two-person job. So if that's not in first, then we do what we did yesterday and go round and round in a circle, then have to take it back out. There we go. I think. There it is. So we're all in. The sealant really didn't do very well. We're gonna have to go back and just go along it. Okay, you gonna help me, Yanko? I wish you had hands. Okay, so that's pretty much in there. It will pop in once. See, if I had another person, they could push it on the outside out. On the inside out. Wow. Get that worked back up because it's sitting too low right now. It's not gonna go till we get that right there. Think this is gonna stay if I push in there? Oh yeah, that might do it. That might have got us. Ooh, don't want to break nothing. That might have got us to the good spot. Oh yeah. Now we just got to get this little bit right in here and it should pop right in. It should. There we go. Oh, no, we got a little down here still. It is in. So I got the tool coming that actually spreads the gap between this and then puts that strip in. So we'll have to do some maneuvering, I think. But yeah, see, that will get spread right out. And then weather stripping will go in it, or the sealant piece, and then we'll go along and caulk all of that, put some silicone or whatnot on it. But we got windows in, which that is a big win, honestly. I was nervous about that. I like it. Okay, we can swap that out. We are just finishing up putting some clear on everything over here, which is gonna look pretty friggin' good. So we're almost done with that, but what we will do in the meantime is take these brackets back off and put them in storage. I got the wrong size. I'm slowly getting things put away based on where they need to go and everything else. But yeah, you organize stuff, you work with stuff, and at the end of the day, I know I'm gonna do the same thing tomorrow, so I leave stuff out. I know there is people that will put stuff away every night, and like all of this is trash, and I just missed the garbage man last week, and that has to get running. But as we know, there's no grass to mow, so that is on our list as far as what we need to do. I don't know if I like walking around talking with the head mount on. If you guys like that view, let me know. But I'm not really sure if I do like it or not. So let's keep just wandering around, putting things away. Yeah, it's all part of it. I do got to wipe down the toolbox. It's got a little dusty since then. But we're much more organized than ever before in our life. So it is kind of a good feeling. It's a great feeling, actually. Except I got too many screwdrivers. What are we doing here? Well, we'll move everything down. So I haven't got the perfect setup, but we're closer. Alrighty. Yeah. This is all trash, trash, trash. Probably should bring that back in because I do cook with that. No. Otherwise, when I go to cook something, I'll be like out of it. And I did just ask Matt Hazard what his schedule is as far as checking the lights out. I know they flicker and they shouldn't do that. And somebody says you're gonna burn the place down, this and that. It's done it since I've moved in, so I'm pretty sure it's probably done it for the previous people. But I definitely think it's getting worse. Goes there. I was doing something I can't remember. Oh, we switched sizes. That's why I walked back over here. So we do have a socket out somewhere. Better get the bigger size, right? Does that mean the wrench is out? Yeah. 9/16 wrench. That's a 1/2 inch on that. Robert's little hammer. This has come along very nicely in the last few days. So I'm pretty excited for, yeah, it's got to get laddered. That is on the list. It's in the motions. I'm just waiting. Where's the gun? Did I just walk past it? I did. We'll see how this works out. I think the wrench fell off. Yeah. You guys are getting a great view, aren't you? Gonna have to do it with this socket or ratchet just so it doesn't have all the vibrations and falls off. Try not to lose that nut either. I need a step stool. So this holder is not perfect. As we see, there's a hole right here. It's got plenty of life left in it. You're not really gonna see it. If I come across one that's much more perfect, we'll get after it. But in the meantime, we're gonna make this one work. I thought I had it already. But the previous silicone that I had on it. So did it up there. Just got to get it off the bolts and throw them on the ground because that makes it easier. But we'll get it mounted up, get the air tank on, air can. That was dumb throwing them on the ground. So I do have 2 black air can straps along with another with the red singles. So someday we'll have to put those up in the barn or something, and someday for our next project down the road somewhere, because you know this isn't going to be the end of it ever. Life's all about projects and getting stuff moving ahead. If you're not moving ahead, then you're falling behind, right? Didn't really think about that. This goes back to, if Yanko had hands, we would be in a good place. He could put the bolts in inside. Yep, That was dumb. That ain't gonna hold it. Oh, don't do that. See what I can do. I know you guys can't see nothing, but got one on. I need one on the top though. That's gonna work good. Clean my hands up now that they're all covered in silicone and throw that up. Actually, I don't know if we got hardware for that. I gotta see what I got. So not the right size, but we could get it mounted up and then mess with it after. Get some stainless ones. These are stainless as well. I don't know what I got those for actually. Not sure what I'm doing here. I think it goes like this. I gotta hold up the rest of it and see. We're gonna mess some things up. They're not long enough. Yeah, we're gonna scratch some things if we're doing it like that. We gotta get longer ones. I was hoping that would go on, then we could see what we need in between, make sure everything lines up. I got one air cleaner piece is that, and then the other one is somewhere here. That comes off the twin tip. This one comes off of there and goes up to here. Okay, what we're gonna do, because I can't really do anything on that air cleaner until we get hardware, so then we know everything mounts. We're gonna fix the louvers, get the belts on. I noticed that I forgot to put a plug in the, what size is this? Notice I forgot to put a plug in the filter housing there. This is a 9/16, good. And then, so we got our air fitting set, which is awesome. This is from usaboltkits.com. Been very handy over the years. I think I've had that set for like 3 years now. But here's where I'm at. Right there, we forgot to put the plug in. This has to go up to here and then over to here to run the louvers. We might have to do some messing around there. We got temp gauge right there that has to go to here, so we got to clean that up, run that. We got one other belt to go on, and then yes, we do have to source completely matching belts We just wanted to get going. And granted, we haven't had matching belts on it ever in the last 2.5 years, and we've had one issue. But this will not spin. So instead of messing around anymore, oh, that's an old one actually. Make sure that fits on it before we go ahead and cut it. Yep. So we'll cut it off, put a new one on. So, yeah, insert, clamp. We could push that one back through. I'll mess with that later. So, slide that way up. Put your compression piece. Put that. And then tighten it down. Which involves the wrench, which is right here. And we might as well put this on. Yeah. I don't know. I think it goes. That makes more sense, but it rubs there a little bit. So we'll give it some slack. Let me get this on first before I forget that. There we go. That'll be good right there. Okay, so we'll have to grab one of those when we're out, but that should be pretty good right there. What size is this? Tiny. Gotta remember how that was run. Yeah, that'll work pretty good. So, zip tied up. I wish there was a bracket right there to hold it, but got him. Dude, what is this? Sweat? You got sweat marks all over you? I was gonna say, you guys don't work. All right, now that I got some help, we're gonna slap this air cleaner on. Hopefully call it good. Maybe.
Hopefully the hood don't pat.
Huh?
Hopefully the hood doesn't pat.
All right. You're gonna be able to pick this up?
Yeah. So.
Hold that right here. I gotta get where you are though.
I got it.
So we don't scratch it more than I already did.
Dude, do you know what you're doing?
I have zero idea what I'm doing. But I did watch a YouTube video once about it. So if somebody else can YouTube it, that's the wrong size. Somebody else can YouTube it, we can do it. That's why you showed up to help me.
I know.
Would have helped if I got all the hardware out first. Gotta get turned.
Towards me?
Yeah. Pick it up all. Hold on. Like, turn it. There you go. I think. I don't really know. I'm learning alongside of you learning. We're learning together.
Never stop learning.
The day you stop learning is the day you die, right?
Or you know, just know it all like me.
That's true. Alright, well, now I gotta make sure everything lines up. Oh, we gotta, that all shot. That comes down here, the air line. Oh, we gotta go up and over. See how there's like a little notch out up in here? See up in there?
Yeah.
It's gotta go right on that, I think.
The whole thing?
Yeah. Well, this, but hold it, I'll loosen these up. Actually, I'll take this one off first.
Oh, I see.
And put the... Scratching the hell out of it. Where's my other washer? There it is. Yeah. This is why I don't do much paint work. Alright, you got it?
Yeah. There.
Good?
Yeah.
You're still good?
Yeah.
We'll have to do a little bit of touch up.
Good.
Cut these down so they fit nicely.
Detail.
It's the little things like that, you know. Show truck life.
Gear jammer?
Yeah, gear jammers. Robert is going to gear jammers, he said, this year, which we missed last year. They moved it to Epping Speedway this year.
I've never been.
To gear jammers?
Yeah.
You wouldn't know. You're not a Billy Big Rigger. Well, I just got to run the rest of the lines up to it now. Oh, thanks.
How much your fault?
That's my OSHA ladder. Okay, hood is on, air cleaner's on. Hopefully all that stuff lines up now. A little nervous. Definitely, they are offset like the other ones, so it should all line up. Well, but we have the light bezels to put on now. I messed up. That one had a little bare spot on the side of it that you were gonna see. This one is in. What I got for hardware for this, since those are fine thread, and as we talked about the other day, fine thread, less chance of backing out. So we got washers, and then we got fine thread nuts, and I got some plastic washers to go with it. What are these? 7/16. So we'll get those put on. Robert swung in quickly on his way back from work. He's got to go do some shoveling, he said, which just means he's digging holes, which is nothing new. So yeah, I'll flip that up, we'll put the hardware on it and call it good. So the other day I got some hold down straps, which should work pretty good for right here, holding everything together. I don't think, yeah, that's gonna have to go like that, but that way stuff's not flapping around making a mess of things. And we'll throw that like that. No, we want the washer first. So I got a flat rubber washer and then a flat washer, and then we'll do that, and then we got the nut. So hopefully, and the threads are a little messed up from doing all the grinding with it and whatnot, but once they get started, they're good. I might have lied to you guys. This one might fight me the whole way. Oh, there we go. So we'll finish that one, but let's see what we can do. Probably zip tie there and put that up there. And then these holes here and on the side, those are the mirrors. And I've yet to see how the mirrors look, so I'm very excited to see what Jared was able to do with some of that stuff. I didn't expect him to be able to do a ton with a lot of it, but he is, him and his guys are very, very good. So I'm thinking Friday we'll swing in there and yeah, we'll make that happen on Friday, I'm thinking. Okay, well, that one's not gonna need any bracket, so I think we got enough of these, which is good. Yep. So just a zip tie to hold that up to there, and we're good to go. Almost looks professional. Got it all zip tied, all held up. Good to go. So, on to our next thing. Let's see if we got the right plug for that. It is the right one. I already started it in there. Ratchet. Could have got a shorter one, but it worked. There we go. That plugs in. The other plug that I got on the other side is not actually the right plug. So we gotta figure that out. Should get that plumbed across. Now that we got all that space. Huh. That's pretty much perfect. It's got a little bit of a lean to her with how the turbo sits. The turbo might need to be moved down because see how it's angled up? It shouldn't be like that. So that, and then tap, tap, tap. Yeah, might as well do that. We're sitting here. I'm waiting on the last bezel to so we can put that together, be done there. Honestly, we're done with painting after that, I hope. I kind of want to see what's going on inside of here, so we're going to take this clamp off. I want to see if there's any oil going across it. Like the seal in the turbo is going bad a little bit. It don't look that bad. I forgot I'm wearing a GoPro and not a... Honestly, don't look that bad. So this is twin tip turbine, and I'm not the expert at this at all. And Brad was asking me the other day, but this is your turbo and that's your twin tip. So when this is, I'm trying to think how this works. When this is under boost and it's sending it here, it starts spinning this wheel and it pulls more air in from the second filter, so it helps, it increases boost pressures, I guess. It feeds more air. So that's why these motors whistle. And this one's a twin tip, that other one's a twin tip in the parts truck, and the one in the silage truck, I believe, is a twin tip. So we'll get this cleaned up though, so it looks much better, so we can keep an eye on it. There we go. Turn the turbo a little bit. Let me get some brake clean all the pieces up, and we'll line it all back up. Oh, I think we went a little too far with the turbo. There we go. We'll put that on a little snug, and then we can turn the turbo around, the turbskis. Well, we got a good peace of mind now. We know what we're doing on some of this. At some point, turbo might need it, well, will need a rebuild at some point. But it looked halfway decent in there compared to what I expected it to look like. Which wouldn't be the worst thing, having a turbo rebuild or putting something a little different on it. There's some ideas out there. That's not on there. I'm sitting on the edge of the turbo outlet. It slid down or something. I think that's a lot better. I'm trying to make sure clamps aren't in the way. Actually, this clamp might be junk. I'm going with this clamp's junk. It won't tighten down anymore. Yeah. This is why a short little project turns into something so much longer. I think I got some clamps this size. 2 9/16 it says on there. I wish I had noticed that before. So I'm sure it wasn't as tight as it could have been, so maybe we had a little bit of a boost leak going on here. Robbing some power from us. And we need all the power. Yeah, a little messed up. Okay, what do I got for clamps? Where did my assortment go? I don't know why I put them up there. I don't know why I'm putting them up there again. Nope, too small. We're gonna have to get some bigger clamps. Actually, what's in this? I think they're way bigger clamps. Oh no, these might actually work pretty good. We'll see if they'll fit on it. Probably metric anyway, it's the way the world works. Yep. Do I have a 7? No. I got a 7 and that's a 10. 8. I should have counted. Okay. That might go good enough. If not, we'll get some clamps. I gotta get some stuff at Fleet Pride at some point here, since I do like running Baldwin filters on pretty much everything. And we're gonna be close. Oh, we got room over here. We're good. Okay, put it on the list though. We need some bigger filters. Or bigger clamps. Yep, the gap's right there. Perfect. Okay, now that we messed around with that long enough, this should come up here. Gonna have to do a little rearranging on that to get it lined up right, but oh, another one that wants to fight us. Actually, is that outlet piece longer and that's what's messing with us? Because it should just line up. No, they look the same. Let me find. There's one boot. I don't know if that fits on this or what, where that actually goes. We got to get some new boots and whatnot here, but I want to make sure everything lines up before we get too wild. Oh. Huh. Okay. We'll put that turbo piece right here so this doesn't get hot and melt. We do watch EGTs, but yeah, if we got a little bit longer boot here and some big clamps. There we go. I forget which way these go. I take it this goes down to, actually I have zero idea now that you guys say that. Well, we'll take this off because we're not going to clamp nothing on. And let's see exactly where we're at. Does it go? I'm going to go with it goes the other way. I don't really know now. Am I upside down? I'm gonna go with it goes like this. I'm thinking that is correct. We still got some turn that we could have went on this air intake, so that might be messing with us some. Yeah, we didn't go up and over enough. So if we got that much more room, it puts us that much more over. But yeah. Okay. I'll put this end on. We'll shut the hood, make sure everything fits. Oh yeah, that's actually pretty close. But if we get that little bit extra, so what is it, a 6 and a 7 or something? I think they're different sizes, but that's easy enough to get somewhere. Some boots, and then we got new rubber. Then we don't have to worry about any issues. We'll have to do a little bit of movement there. Once it's tight, it's probably good. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to do a bunch of movement there. Okay. I take it I have this going the right way, but I don't really know. This is why we're test fitting right now. Definitely not going the right way. Something's got to be tweaked or turned or... I don't know. This one's good. If you didn't see, we got the hood straps on. Huh. Okay, so that is how it's going to sit. Yes, lettered will be nice. Like I said, we gotta... There's door stop pieces somewhere, but I think you gotta put them... You gotta take the door off, put the stops in, get it to the point where you want it. Unless you can get to them. Oh no, you can get to them from here. But I don't know if they'd stick out too far. So if you thread a bolt into that hole there, you can have door stops. Wonder if I got a bolt that fits that size, and we can do that right now. That way nobody walks over and see how tight it gets? It'll touch. I think I'm gonna run out of threads. But that would be... Actually, maybe I can put a nut on the other side. And how close am I? Not close enough. Huh. So they must put some threaded rod through that or something. I wish I had one off. Still, I should have thought about that. It's also not really the right thread, but maybe it's a bigger size with fine thread? I don't know. Interesting. Or we shove something in there and just weld it onto it, but... I'm not really sure. Sometimes you just sit there and stare at it. Yes, it's dirty up front still. So we need some bolts for that. We need, I do not know if wing nuts are gonna be good up on the air cleaner or not. I haven't really, stainless wing nuts. I don't know, somebody drop it in the comment if there's something better. I like those rubber things. They just don't look that good. I'll look up some rubber nuts or whatnot. Whew. So today is Wednesday, probably Friday based on my schedule of what I got to do tomorrow. We'll grab all the chrome, which I am so excited to see right here, all chromed out. Jared, you absolutely killed it. So we got to put Bulldog Mack logos, the mirrors back on, top, air horn, reach bars, and the stack. And that is what he has. Oh, and the piece here that goes around to clean that up. So he has all of that stuff, which is, I'm pretty excited, to be honest. So we're gonna do that on, I'll get that on Friday. Hopefully we'll get it on Friday night, and this will, well, Friday afternoon. I got some things to do on Friday too. Yeah. There's a lot more to running a business than you ever think, especially the diversity that I got going on in my life. But that's sweet. I'm waiting on that to dry so I can put that in and we can call it a day at that point. Robert was supposed to come back. He told me we were going to wing night down in Cobleskill for dinner. That's got to get switched up, so I don't know. I'll flip it back up. We'll look at what we got for options. I do like how well these came out though. And it holds it down nicely. We don't have the Bulldog to lift off of. This weekend, we're gonna fix that oil leak. This thing's gonna, by next Monday, this thing is gonna be in a good place. So probably have to pull a pump out, reseal all that stuff. But what I wanna hear first is it run, because it had a little tick previously, and I always thought it was the pump. But I'm wondering if it's got a valve adjustment out. And if it's the pump, we're gonna run it for a little bit longer. And then honestly, we gotta get to work. That's our biggest thing. Because honest, we're not actually making any money right now. I'm thinking it goes the other way for some reason. I don't know. Let's see. It gets a little interesting trying to slide it all through. And I know there's been some comments of you need help doing this, that, blah, blah. The biggest issue is my buddies work during the day. Most of them. Pretty much everybody works at some degree. And then once we get to that time, either I've conquered it or I do it the next day. So there is some... It's all about keeping a good balance. So, and I know there's plenty of people that have offered to, hey, I'll come help you. And at the end of the day, I can't just have random people wandering around because it's a liability. We might have to get a little 90 boot or a 45 boot. That would come off great. Instead of where it was. I don't know. That nut's kind of in my way. Which the other truck had a different setup on it. Just thought about that. I might have to look at what they had because they didn't have... I kind of want that to go on there so I can mess with it some more. They didn't have that piece probably, or it's set differently. Oh, that will still do good with a little 45 boot coming right there. Because that is pretty much on. There we go. We might have to do something different with that nut, but I guess it's not the nut at that point. It's the corner here. Popped it back off. I want to close the hood again and see. There we go. Oh no, it is the nut. To some degree. All right, let's close the hood and see what that looks like, because we are on. That's worse. It goes the other way for sure. Doesn't have that angle to go up. Okay. Went to put it in, doesn't fit. I had it in there, so I didn't paint that much on it. That thing frustrated me a ton, but it is in. Same setup as the other one. Yep. A little bit of paint messed up in some spots. We got to do some touch up, but it looks good. So figured that black would make it pop a little bit more in the front. Yeah. Well, alrighty. Me and Yanko are gonna go in, make some dinner now that it's way later than we expected to be done, but you having a good day? Did you get treats today? How many treats did you get when we were at Agway? All of them? Appreciate you guys watching along. We're closer. We are much, much closer to being done with this, and I'm very excited for it. So, see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.